30-day challenge, our 5-day challenge. I'm a one-on-one coach. We do individual coaching, group coaching, family coaching, and actually community coaching as well. And I consider this as community coaching. I'm very excited to dive into our lesson or our share on today, which so much is going on in the world. My allergies are acting up, so excuse me, y'all. With so much going on in the world, we want to make sure that our body and our mind and our heart is in alignment with wellness. And one of the ways that we do that is with our immunity, our immune system. Our immune system is very, very important. So this segment, for our powerful, amazing business people, we want to make sure our immunity is in alignment. I'm going to give you some strategies on that on today. Enhance your immune system response with 4 amazing strategies. So I have 4 strategies for you. And under each one of those strategies, there are tasks and goals that I'm going to offer up for you to do. I'm going to recommend them. Some I will require because it is necessary to build yourself up, to really enhance your immune system. So our immune system, let's talk about this. I researched it. I put it down on paper. So you're going to see me look at the paper because I need to make sure I give you what I've researched. Our immune system protects our body from harmful things like bacteria, viruses that comes and causes illness, correct? To enhance our immune system and help us stay healthy year-round, we need to focus on these 4 strategies. These are some amazing strategies that I utilize in my life today, and I'm still working on a few of them, just like you guys are going to be working on them, and some of you all are already working on them. So I want to reinforce, I want to encourage, and I also want to challenge you on today as it relates to your immunity. I'm unity with my immune system. When you break down immunity, IMMUNIT, I'm unity with my immune system. I'm one with my immune system, right? And so the way the Lord created us, it is amazing. It remembers some of the bacteria and the virus that we come across, and it builds antibodies up to strengthen us, to fight things off. And some of the things our body go through are not reactions, they're responses, because our immune system is defending us, right? It's defending us from illnesses, colds, diseases, disorders. It is defending us. And so our strategy number 1, let's go to our strategy number 1. It's going to be food focused. So write that down. I want you to get your pen, your pad, your paper, even put it in the chat. Food focused. Put food focused. Come on, write that in. And a lot of my information comes from Mayo Clinic and the Cleveland Clinic. I really vet them. Their researchers are amazing. They're solid. They just don't do like 40,000 people. They do a lot of people in their researches, and they have great efficacy and effectiveness with what they research. So a lot of my data comes from that, and the rest of it comes from experience and my profession. So food focused is our number 1 strategy. This is how to enhance our immune system. Food focus. So Dr. Darling, she is from Cleveland Clinic, and she states, I believe in the power of immune boosting foods. Choosing whole, unprocessed food does wonders for our overall health. And I believe in that as well. So eating whole foods is very, very important. You've likely heard it before. Food is medicine, which I am a witness. Food is medicine. If you have diabetes or if you have high blood pressure, you notice food is medicine, meaning you have to extract some of those harmful things out that increases your risk for these diseases, like sodium, salt, or carbs with too much sugar, or just sugar in general, right? And so whole foods, and I got to put my glasses on, y'all, because listen, I'm telling you, these eyes. So we're talking about unprocessed food, right? Unprocessed food. Your immune system relies on nutrient-dense whole foods to function well. So get started by cutting back on sugar, which suppresses the immune system. Did you know that sugar suppresses the immune system, and eating more fruits and vegetables help you out? It helps boost. Those are natural sugars. We're talking about artificial sugars. And let me give you some examples of whole dense food, because I just don't want to tell you what to do. I want to help you navigate as you go through your marketplace, as you go to your grocery stores. You know what to put in your basket that's going to help you out. One of the things I really want to encourage you to try to decrease foods that have high preservatives in them. Because what I'm learning in my research on the road to becoming a nurse practitioner is that preservatives block the nutrients from getting into your body. Even though the food may say, oh my God, it's fortified with vitamin D, vitamin C, and then you see all these preservatives on there, it blocks it. Your body won't even get half of the nutrients because the preservatives that's preserving the food to sit on the shelf life longer to get more money is blocking the nutrients from your body. Think about that. I want you guys to take some notes. So write some of these foods down. So when we say dense nutrient foods, we're talking about, these are just a few. Salmon. I love salmon. Kale or leafy green vegetables. Garlic is very good. A lot of us are aware that garlic is very good. It has the ability to enhance the immune system. They say 1/2 of a garlic clove, either you eat it whole and raw, which I couldn't do, or you roast it, or you can chop it up in some things. And that enhances your immune system. Garlic has so many different just properties to it for our bodies. So garlic is one. And then I believe in gut health. I have a whole series on gut health. I'm telling you, I think I may do it in June, a workshop on gut health. So prebiotics, pre and probiotics, I'm sure you guys have heard of that. That deals with gut health, because 80% of our immune system, of our health, is in our gut. I say we have like 3 brains. We have our brain, our heart brain, and our gut brain. All those 3 are brains that help navigate nutrients to get to the right places, and it enhances our immune system. You understand? We have superpowers because we are superheroes. There's some things we got to do, right? And we got to do it intentionally, because if we don't intentionally live well, we'll accidentally become sick and riddled with disease. That's true. So we're talking about prebiotics. Write it down. Robust gut bacteria protect us against infection, right? It keeps those bacteria healthy with prebiotics that contain fiber. And all fiber is not created equal. I want you to know that too. So I want you guys to get educated on this, because you guys have a lot on your plate. You do a lot, and you wear so many different roles. And your framework, the structure in which everything else rests upon, that is my motto, is your wellness. And a part of your wellness being impacted is allowing and knowing that your immune system is being enhanced with intentional choices and decisions that you're making, whether it's what's in your mouth, what you put in your eyes, and what's in your ear, right? Prebiotics. All right. So it specifically deals with inulin fiber. Inulin is spelled INULIN. Inulin fiber. This is very important. When I started taking and noticing the different fibers, it shifted my whole life, in my belly, my gut, my energy to get everything that I need done. And I'm not just like burnt out. You hear me? Inulin fiber. Inulin is a type of dietary fiber. Research has linked it to several health benefits, such as improving digestive health, helping control diabetes, and aiding in weight loss, right? Inulin is a dietary fiber that may benefit gut health. Plants naturally contain inulin. So that's why you hear a lot of people say plant-based diet, or infuse plant-based diet into your eating, because inulin is very important and it's very beneficial for the body overall. And plant foods plant-based foods, they have a natural piece of inulin in them. It's not genetically created. It's not manufacturally fortified in there. It's naturally. And so your body is going to naturally process it and metabolize it and put it in the place it needs to be in a natural way, naturally, organically. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so this is our number one food focus. We just did our prebiotic. So we said salmon, kale, leafy greens. I really hope you guys are writing this down. Garlic, prebiotic, probiotic. You can get that usually in a powder form or mix it in with your protein. It's very easy to get, but make sure you look at the ingredients. The next one, we're still on food focus, enhancing our immune system, is vitamin C. And we've all have heard and we know about vitamin C. So vitamin C in rich foods, which is known to enhance our immune system. So let's talk about oranges versus orange juice. A lot of people say, hey, the orange juice is fortified with vitamin D. I got it. I get it. But the orange juice is filled with sugar. So really it counteracts the goodness of the vitamin C and D because the sugar is so overwhelmingly in there. And that, what does sugar do? We said it earlier. It negates the fact that it suppresses our immune system. And we need our immune system alive and enhanced. So go for the oranges, the little small oranges, the tangerines. Go for a grapefruit. Go for the oranges as it relates to vitamin C. And then broccoli has natural vitamin C. So does kiwi. And I am really utilizing more of kiwis. I'll be doing my shakes this week, and I'm going to fortify some of my shakes with kiwi because kiwi is a very good fruit. It definitely has vitamin C. It's rich in some fiber, but it also has a decreased level of natural sugar, where sometimes oranges and bananas, they have a natural high sugar. So for those that are diabetic, you probably want to stay a little bit away from those type of fruits, even though it's natural, but they're still high in natural sugars, where kiwi does not have a lot of sugar and it does taste good, at least to me. Try it and see what it does for you. So broccoli, kiwi, or cantaloupe, that's another natural vitamin C enriched food or fruit is cantaloupe. So vitamin C rich foods, go with your oranges, grapefruits, your broccoli, your kiwi, or your cantaloupe. All right. Let's see. Antioxidants. Stress can lead to lowered immunity and make you more prone to illness. So when you're having stress, and we'll talk about that a little bit down in our lifestyle improvement, it decreases hormones, and it allows, we call them free radicals, to just move around. And when you have overwhelmingly unbalanced free radicals in your system, you are heightened for diseases like cancer. And so it's very important that you deal with, you actually take antioxidant and you decrease your stress level. So here are a few different foods that has antioxidants that can help you with this. One, I know, is berries, all your berries, your strawberries, your blueberries, your blackberries, your raspberries. They all have a property of antioxidant in it, and it fights it. Carrots, spinach protects you from oxidative stress, which is a state that occurs when there is excessive or free radicals, like I just said, in the body cell. So the body produces free radicals during normal metabolic process. So it's normal. Oxidative stress can damage cells, proteins, and your DNA, which can contribute to aging and causes some diseases, such as cancer. So our body has an equilibrium, a thermoregulation system. So it already produces free radicals. But when you start having stress and you having toxins breathed in, it kind of increases those free radicals. And the body doesn't know sometimes what to do with all that stuff because they're not used to it. It's not built for that. And so what happens, it gets overwhelmed. And so it start producing diseases, disorders, and aging quicker. So your body is starting to slowly break down, right? So these are our food focus. We're talking about enhancing our immune system, with 4 strategies. And strategy number 1 was food focused, right? We talk about some of our foods are salmon, green leafy vegetables, garlic, prebiotics, vitamin C enriched foods, antioxidant fruit and foods. And then we want to lower and decrease some of our stress levels as well. So that is strategy number 1. It's very important that you guys really write them down and be very specific. I really, if I can encourage you to kind of work on, I want to challenge. This is a challenge through my talking and conversation with you. I may challenge you a few times. I want to challenge you to decrease some of your sugar intake. Sugar is really, it produces a yeast called Candida yeast in our bellies, and that's the addictive piece. When you're just having a war and fight for something sweet, that's that addiction in your belly saying, feed me, I need to be fed, right? And you just eating all this sugar and all this processed stuff, and all these things that are not good for our system, not good for our body. Our body wasn't designed to carry it. And that's why I believe we have a lot of disorders and diseases, some diseases we never thought that a culture could have, or the heightency of diseases and disorders and sickness that's occurring. I'm not saying sugar is the culprit, but it does suppress your immune system. It really does. And it also gives you an addictive piece as well. Your belly fills up with yeast, candida yeast, and all of a sudden you're not absorbing certain nutrients correctly. You're inflamed in your belly. Your body is starting to react in an immune way, meaning you start sending the fighters out. You're getting inflamed, so you're having fever. You're swollen. It's a spiraling effect. And it's a response to something that's artificially coming into our body on a consistent basis. So we want to reverse that. We want organic stuff. We want the real stuff. That's what we're desiring. So that's food focused 1. Number 1 strategy was food focused. Our number 2 strategy is lifestyle improvements. Write that down. Write it down. Come on now. I'm coming to mess with some people on today. I'm coming to mess with you. I'm coming to mess with your plan, because you got a plan to live well. Listen. Why can't I live to 90, 95 with my right mind? I may be slow, but listen, I could live that. Come on. So number 2. Strategy number 2, lifestyle improvements. Come on, high five me, somebody. Lifestyle improvements. So living under constant stress, listen, business people, business owner, corporate worker or corporate builder, listen to this. Living under constant stress, even low grade. This thing, well, I was like, wait a minute. The beginning of the year, I was like, okay, I can manage this. Good stress. I mean, some stress is good stress. But as I was going on over time, it was wearing me down. I was like, wait a minute. So listen, even low grade that continues in and out causes the body to produce too much cortisol, which is considered the stress hormone. Yes. Your body holds the history and it knows what you're up against. So that's why when it's time to go down, whether you want to go down or not, your body's going to take you down, whether it's with a cold, a sickness, or achy body, or you just mentally can't move, right? Yes. So let's not get there. Let's continue to operate out of a overflow. Our cups are full, overflowing, and we're giving from our overflow. How can I do that? This is some strategies for you to do that. You need to enhance your immune system. And we're talking about 4 strategies. We're on number 2, lifestyle improvement, right? So the stress hormone is cortisol, and over time, elevated cortisol lowers our resistance to fight off infection and contributes to poor sleep and high blood pressure. Come on, poor sleep. Okay, come on. So under lifestyle, let's talk about sleep. Write it down, put it in the chat. I want somebody to put it in the chat right now. Sleep. because some of us are getting 3 hours, 4 hours. And even though we up and we feel good and we can do our day, over time, your body is going to bottom out. It really is. So sleep. One of the best things you can do for your immune system is to prioritize sleep. And I have done this for myself personally, and I've seen a great improvement where I can get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, do a few hours of homework or get into my meditation, my prayer time, and then I can shift out to work and then come back, work out, come home, do another few hours of work with my one-on-one coaching clients, and then spend a little time with my husband. And I'm not burnt out. I may be tired. It's nighttime. It's time for me to go to sleep. But I have the energy to be consciously connected to what I'm doing. Sleep. All right. Prioritize your sleep. At least some studies say 8 to 9 hours. Some say 7 to 8 hours. So I would give that 7 hours at least having your body sleep. So what do you think sleep does? Somebody write that in the chat. Help me out. You're going to help me share on today. You're going to help me conversate with our community. Come on. What do you think sleep does for the body, for the mind? What do you think? Write it on your pad or write it in the chat. Your body resets and restores itself when you're snoozing. This aids in fighting off infections. And infections are connected to our immune system because that's how we fight off infection is our immune system. So if I'm infected because I'm not sleeping properly or I'm not getting enough sleep over a period of time, now if you have one day or a couple days, you like, I only got 4 hours of sleep or 5 hours of sleep, that has happened. Okay, but if you're doing that every night and it's going into weeks and then you're going into months like that, you're going to be deficient. And you're building a business, a brand, and you're dealing with your family, you're dealing with yourself. You're running probably multi-businesses, trying to figure out some things. You need your health intact because your health, your wellness is your framework. And in order for you to be effective, you're going to have an efficiency with your body. And so our second strategy is lifestyle improvement. Okay, let's talk a little bit more. Let's get back into it. So I love the reset because we all need that. So every day we reset, and we reset with our bodies by going to sleep. So use a cognitive behavioral therapy. Have you guys heard of that? It's called CBTI. CBTI therapy. I have not heard. I was like, this is interesting. So I did a little research behind it. They have it on apps. Like you can put it on your phone and you can click it. Every time the logical brain overrides the emotional brain. Now, some of y'all psychologist majors out there, help me out. The logical brain muscle becomes stronger and stronger. In other words, through the CBT training or the app, the brain actually reinforces the neural pathways so it becomes easier and easier to deal with future stressful situations. So it's like a balancing between our logic and our emotion. You know, some things, we're such logical people in some areas to where 1 + 1 = 2, but or black and it's either black or white, but we fall short in that gray area. And we need to learn to stretch ourselves out because some things are gray. How do I navigate through the gray? Some of us are so stressful. We get so stressful because we deal with logic, or some of us are overly emotional, and you need that balance. And so what this CBT1 does, or CBTI, is it helps your brain. It gives that neural pathway, it reinforces it, and it gives it that balance. I'm going to look more into that. And if anybody have experienced that, share with us the benefits of it. I have not used it personally, but in my research and reading, I'm starting to see this a lot more, the cognitive brain. It's really interesting. So if you know more about that, share that with us. So we're talking about sleep. We're still talking about sleep. So meditation and downtime and prayer, 5 minutes a day of guided meditation, or simply sitting quiet and focusing on your breath or focusing on clearing your mind makes a difference. I'm telling you guys, I started to do this, I think it was last year. Of course, COVID makes you do some things you didn't think you was going to do. but it forced you in doing some things that you needed to do. Because if not, you was gonna snap, crack, and pop on somebody, right? So this is one of the things that really helped me out, was just sitting for about 10 or 15 minutes. And now before I know it, an hour goes by because I'll just be gone in like releasing things. I'm learning to release things mentally so that I can be refueled, reset, and move forward in a much lighter way, because I'm going to pack some stuff on as I go throughout my day. So meditation, downtime, we're talking about enhancing our immune system. We want to slow down. We want to slow down because when we speed up and we get stressful, we release hormones that if we have too much of it, it starts breaking down our body. It starts breaking down our immune system. So we're talking about enhancing our immune system. We are on strategy 2. We're almost done with strategy 2, which is our lifestyle improvement. So this lowers your heart rate. These are studies. These are some amazing studies. So slowing down for 5 or 10 minutes, unloading your brain. Some people call it brain dumping. Focusing on quiet, your breath. Some people can focus on their breathing. It literally lowers your heart rate and your blood pressure naturally. And it reduces anxiety for most people, right? And it causes a calmness. Like you're not hurried. You're not moving always in urgency. If your body's always on flight, you on your fight or you flighting. I'm fighting you or I'm flighting, meaning I'm running, I'm leaving. If you constantly on that, on 10 every day, all day, could you imagine how you start aging? The cortisol hormones are releasing. Your body's trying to figure out what's going on. It's out of whack. It's not balanced. It's like, oh my God, what's going on? So it's going to be trying to fight for itself. And then that's how we move into diseases and disorders. So we're still under lifestyle improvement. Move your body. This is a lifestyle improvement, meaning if you're not moving, move. If you're moving, if you need to increase it a little bit, increase it. I've gone from 2 days a week to 3 days a week. Move your body. Exercise helps enhance the immune system. However, if you're already feeling under the weather, of course, we're not asking you to move. Be careful with that. If your body is strained, and you may not have a coach. You may not need so much a coach or going to the gyms. You can move actually in your home. You can start doing some jumping jacks or walking in place or walking around your neighborhood, even if it's just your block. And then you're going bigger, 2 blocks than 3 blocks. That's movement. That is movement. We're talking about movement. Draining yourself when you're already sick weakens your immune system. So if you're under the weather, you're not feeling good, we want to restore and reset our body. I like to call exercise movement. It increases our resilience to fight off infection. Our bodies functions better when we're physically active every day moving. And I'm not saying you need to work out 7 days a week, but you need to be actively doing something, moving. I always talk about this. Park your car further so you can walk longer. Use the stairs if you can versus an elevator. That helps with the movement, your circulation, your blood flowing. It's not getting sluggish. It's increasing your immunity. It's enhancing it, right? I would say whatever your consistency is, 2 to 5 days a week, the goal is consistency. A mixture of some cardio or strength bearing training is really, really good. Like weights, or say if you don't have weights, you have those 2-pound waters, pick them up. Sometimes they have the strap on them where you can pick up, or you can just lift them. I'm learning that osteoporosis, which is really huge in African American culture, when you have weight bearing exercise, it helps improve your bones, because as I'm talking about framework, your bones are your framework, and when they have little holes in them and they're weakened, you fracture your body that lies, your skin and your fat and all your adipose tissues and stuff like that lies on your muscles, lies on your bones. But when your bones are weakened, everything else is weakened under that. So it has a great benefit for your overall body, not just your immunity, but for your overall framework, your bones and your muscles. So we're talking about lifestyle improvement. That is strategy number 2. And I know y'all are saying, look, Coach LaShawn, that's a lot. That's a lot. So that's why I want you to write this down. We're having a conversation. This is a discussion, and I am going to challenge you. So if you're not moving, guess what? You need to move. You need to move. Summertime, it's beautiful outside. Come on now, move for your immunity. Move. So we're going to go into number 3 strategy, internal attitude. Woo! Internal attitude. Come on, number 3. Internal attitude. I'm telling you. We can have all this going on the outside, exterior, and we're still talking about immunity. We're talking about immunity, us becoming one with our immune system. We're talking about immunity. We're talking about health, and we're talking about wellness. You can do all this on the outside, and people can give you all this stuff. But if you don't have an inside, if you don't really are motivated or wanting to be disciplined or consistent with your own wellness, it will not last. It may start, but it will not have longevity to it. It will not. So internal attitude, definitely a positive mindset is vital for health and well-being. Research shows that positive thoughts reduces stress and inflammation and increase resilience to infection. While negative emotions can make us more susceptible to the common cold and flu. I looked at 2 studies. These studies are really vetted when you're negative. And of course, we see it. You see the spiral. Not only does it open you up for more infections, but it gives you a level of depression and anxiety, and then you weight it down. So yes, you see that spiral piece, right? It is easy to spiral down. The story we'll tell ourselves is crucial. So what story are you telling yourself? I'm tired. I'll work out tomorrow. Oh no, I got a taste for that mashed potatoes and fried chicken. Oh man, I want to watch my show. It's midnight. I got to get up at 6 o'clock. Just one more hour. What are the stories you telling? I deserve this pint of ice cream. What? I done worked all day. I deserve this. What stories are you telling yourself? Internal attitude. Internal attitude. Change your internal narrative, right? So these are some of the things you can do. We're still under internal attitude. Carve out time to take care of your mental and emotional health. Get a therapist. Get counseling. Get a journal, release it. I'm telling you, the body holds the history and you need to release it. We're talking about internal, because you can smile and you can be all this and that, and on the inside, you're spiraling down. And that's okay, because a lot of us do that. That's all right. But get help. Get help. So carve out time to take care of you. That will enhance your immunity. Taking care of you. Stay in contact with people you care about, your parents, your siblings, people that are in your circle. They fuel you. You work together, right? They say if you want to go somewhere fast, you go by yourself. But if you want to go somewhere longevity, that's going to put some miles on it, keep legacy going, you go with a group of people. Come on now. So that's what partnership does. Find your people and move accordingly and stay connected. Not only does it feel good to be a part of something that's healthy, but it also holds you accountable to you, because we can't do it all by ourselves. That's why this amazing organization has given us to each other to help hold each other accountable. All right. So if you can't safely be together in person, of course, you reach out to them, because we know the time we're living in, and stay grounded. Can I just share that with you? We're talking about internal attitude, because you're worth it. You're worth it. You're worth taking care of yourself. And don't get me wrong, it sounds good. It's a lot of work taking care of yourself. it's a lot of work eating right, reading the labels. I'm in the store so much longer because I'm looking at labels. I'm like, dang, I've been in the store 2 hours. I usually get in and get out. But guess what? I need to say, oh, this says artificial, this says natural flavors. But natural flavors is a cover up for artificial flavors. So I don't want natural flavors. I don't want artificial coloring. You don't have to change my color. I want the natural color. You don't have to enhance nothing. Let me eat the natural stuff. So I'm reading labels. So it's going to cost us our time. But I would prefer on this end for it to cost me my time than cost me a disease that's going to cost me money and energy and also time in another negative way. So take the time out for yourself. Stay grounded in this. And what I have under stay grounded, root to rise. Some of us are trying to rise, but we're not rooted in. Root into your regime. Root into your wellness plan so that you can rise effectively, right? With some of us are just rising and we're passively going. We're not consciously aware of what's going on in our mouth. We're really being stimulated by what we see because that's what the marketing people does. Stimulate our sight so we can stimulate this. And then before we know it, we obese, unhealthy, addictive, all this other stuff, whether it's the sugar, caffeine, whatever, right? So we got to be consciously aware, consciously and motivated, moving to make sure that we are taking care of our body. So that's internal attitude. Internal attitude. All right. Write that down. Root before you rise. You want to root, like get somewhere planted. Figure out what you want for yourself and then rise up in it. Rise up in it. Come on now. We're resilient people. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So that is number 3. So we talked about 1, which is food focused. We talked about lifestyle improvement. And then we talked about internal attitude. Now, all this is umbrellaed under enhancing our immune system. And I know you guys are saying, I wanted to do this what do you call it, the medical clinical thing on it, but I wanted to give you some natural practical information that you can walk away with this and develop a plan, right? And if you need help developing a plan, reach out to me, let me know. Number 4, which is our last strategy as it relates to enhancing our immune system, natural immunity aids. Now, some people feel like, oh, I don't need anything, I don't need no supplements. And all supplements, as I said earlier, are not created equal. And I have learned that the hard way. Yes. So that's why reading and getting the knowledge you need is very important. So these are extra measures. They're supplements and they come in different forms. Some people may supplement vitamin A, vitamin C. They come in different formulas, formats for you. Some they say like your multivitamin supplements, anything in a liquid form is much more better for you because it impacts and gets into the body quicker. Whereas, and I'm learning this in my pharmacology class, that some of the medications or some of the vitamins that we have, the hard shell or even the gelatin, the chewables, what they created and make it with is so, it goes against the nutrients. Our body is working so hard to break it down to the point to where we think we're getting 100% of the vitamin, but we only in retrospect getting 40% because our body is working hard to break it down. And by the time they break it down, it's only 40% of the vitamin in which you're taking in. So be mindful of that. That's why all supplements are not created equal. A lot of people are deficient, meaning low, especially in vitamin D. You hear a lot about vitamin D, and the deficiency may increase your susceptibility. Sorry, that word is long. To infection. It makes you prone to it. It makes you open to infection. So get outside for fresh air, of course. The sunshine is a natural vitamin D. And that's the supplement I'm going to focus in on is definitely vitamin D, especially for African-American people, people of color. Vitamin D is not broken down properly for us. It's not. Research has shown, reading has taken place. it takes a lot for us to break down vitamin D. And so sometimes we don't get the fullness of it. So you have to have a level of a supplement of vitamin D. And I would encourage you to do that. Not just vitamin D, but also the calcium, because calcium is the vehicle in which the vitamin D sits on to get into the cells. So vitamin D can't go into your cells by itself. It needs calcium attached to it to get into the cells. It helps open it up and the cells take it. So you need vitamin D and calcium. So the recommendation for taking a daily supplement is 1,000 to 2,000 for vitamin D. That will aid you. Vitamin D does not occur naturally in many foods. Now, this is something I learned. It's not naturally occurred. So it's always fortified. When you see stuff, fortified, vitamin D fortified. You see it with vitamin C sometime as well. That's why certain foods have added vitamin D. In fact, newer food nutrition labels show the amount of vitamin D contained in a particular food item. Now, I really love this. I grew up on this cod liver oil. Cod liver oil. It's nasty. It's all get out. My mama used to give us a tablespoon every morning. You hear me? Miss Rosie would give us that every morning. And I don't even remember. We hardly were sick. So I grew up with that. I don't take the natural oil because it's nasty, but I do take the capsules. So cod liver oil is really good on so many different levels, definitely with fiber, but also vitamin D. So cod liver oil is a form of vitamin D. Salmon and tuna, your fishes are. And so I would still keep a look on your tuna, your fresh tuna that's in water, not so much in oil. You want to look at the quality of your food because we are what our food eats. I'm going to say that again. We are what our food eats. Does that make sense? Like if a chicken is in a factory, nowhere to run and go, and they're just eating grains and they're, releasing their eggs, we're eating their eggs that came from their body, which they ate grains, versus me eating chickens that are out on the farm, free range. They call it pasteurized eggs. That's what I've started eating. And it's a difference. It's a huge difference. So the eggs are free, natural, organic. They're living in their habitat. You hear me? They're not stressed to produce. Come on now. I want a pasteurized egg. Yes, I do. Yes. So we eat what our food eats. If your cow is in a huge factory, and they're side by side each other, pooping and all this other stuff going on, how natural is that for them to produce and be free, right? So be mindful of that. I know I went a little deep on that, y'all. Forgive me. So we're still talking about natural immunity. So supplements can come in different ways. You have your protein supplements, vitamin D, in which we talked about. I really wanted to highlight vitamin D. There's different forms of supplements that will benefit your body, your life. Some people may need supplement of vitamin A, vitamin E. I do take a vitamin E pill every day as well that deals with my skin and collagen. I take a supplement of collagen, and powder is the next best things because you mix that in water and your body actually metabolizes that quicker, and it has a bioavailability, meaning it goes 100% to the areas it needs to go, and it helps you out. It helps grows your hair. I'm talking about collagen, your skin, your nails. It really assists in those things. So supplements are not a bad thing, but they're not all created equal. So do your research. All right. So we're still talking about natural immunity. Essential oils. I wanted to throw this in here because we know we're living in such a society where stress and disease and decisions have to be made, choices, different things are happening, social unjust. We're concerned about our Black boys, our Black girls. We're concerned about our businesses, our families. And stress is heightened everywhere we go. Going to work is hostile, maybe sometime. Just traveling through the world itself is a little toxic. And so you need to detox, right? You need to detox your mind, your body, your spirit. I'm almost done, y'all. I'm almost done. You need to detox, right? And so essential oils are very good. Eucalyptus and tea, tree oils, many antiviral properties that may protect you against infection from viruses are in eucalyptus and tea oils. Write that down. Mm-hmm. Essential oils. If you have a diffuser, drop some oil in there. I had a diffuser when I was working in my office, and I'll just have it going. And I like the smell, and I like to see. Like I love visually seeing words that encourage me. Like in my office, I have words that like live by grace, not perfection. It just keeps me, life is well. It just keeps me centered. It helps me. I love that. Affirmations, I love that. Mantras, I love that. And then the oil, and then you breathing that in, right? And it helps with that. It helps with stress. It protects us from infection. And that's the goal of our immunity. Our immunity fights off infection. It's a defense against bacteria and viruses. But if it's always weakened, if it's always stressed out, how can my immunity effectively protect me? It really can't, because it's always fighting and it gets weakened. And so these are some of the things that can enhance your immunity. So even when you get sick, you're not as sick as long as you thought you should be, because our body will respond, not so much react. There's a difference. When there's an enemy in your camp coming into your camp, into your body, we're talking about antigen that's coming in your body and saying, hey, hold up, I want to invade this piece right here. You belong to me. I'm going to make you this. I'm going to make you that. The body says, no, we're going to create some antibodies and we're going to kick you up out of here. But it's a process. And so your body responds maybe by fever, right? That's a response mechanism. Not so much a reaction that something's wrong. It's something's right. Your body is working against the enemy so that it can protect you, right? So it may look like a fever. You may have inflammation, right? You may be like exhausted, tired, achy bones, because it releases cytokines. It releases different hormones in our systems to say, hey, we're under attack. We need to fight. Get our macrophages out. Come on. Our lymphocytes, our B lymphocytes, our T lymphocytes. We need to fight. Somebody's in on us. Help us, right? And we need all these modalities. We need the food focus, lifestyle improvement, right? Internal attitude. And we need our natural immunity. Our natural immunity aids, which is our supplements, and our oils are part of our supplements. I want to finish this. Studies show lavender essential oil has a calming effect. So that's another oil you can use. So it can help you ease anxiety, and a few drops in your bath or your diffuser will help you out as well. So these are some natural properties that can help decrease your stress, because stress relates to a hormonal release of cortisol that will that will impede your wellness, right? We want to be well. We want to be well. So I want to leave you guys with this. If you guys have any questions, let me know. This is really good, even for me. This was a resetting for me, and I hope that it was really a resetting for you as well. Write down some things. Write your wellness plan down. Write down what you want to do. You may not get it all done, but strive towards it, because you are worth it. You are building a brand. You are building a business. You are fortifying your family. You're connecting with relationships. We're out in the community. We are shifting the narrative. We are impacting our culture. And guess what? That's a lot. That's a lot. But, and let me say, and you can do it. You can do it. Write your plan of wellness down for you. Because a lot of times we're looking at leaving legacy of money, which is great. I'm in on that too. You understand? I got 3 sons. I got a grandson. I want to leave them something. I don't want to leave them dead or leave them just at even. I want to leave them with a little something, right? But I also want to leave them with a mentality of wellness, right? We don't have to fry our food all the time. No. Every now and again, maybe, but not every time. I grew up in fried food. fried this, fried in oil and Crisco. Y'all know, right? So we shifting that legacy and let them know wellness. We can have that. We don't have to just open up the books all the time and see a disease, a high risk. One of the high risks is being African American. That's a high risk. Being Black. Jesus, Father. Really? Yeah, okay. So we can shift it, and we shift it one bite at a time, one brick at a time, one goal at a time. Write your wellness plan down. That's a challenge. Write it down. Get an accountability partner that's going to hold you accountable to your plan. Whether you need to challenge yourself or not, you may need to jumpstart your body a 3-day fast. As studies have proven, seriously, that impedes and resets your immune system. Fasting does. I'm telling you. Research on fasting is amazing for the immune system. It really is. Even with all of this, the superheroes, we get sick. Okay, we get sick, and that's okay. All right. The key is to take time off. So say you manage yourself, you still get sick, you still get down. Take some time off to recharge, to reset, and to get restored. You will put your cape back on, superhero. Yes, yes. Our immunity is such a great superpower that we were created with. And why not take care of it? Why not? Why not? So I gave you some strategies today to help take care of your immunity. And your immunity enhances your wellness. And your wellness is your framework, right? It's your framework that everything else rests on. And we want you efficient and effective. We want that for you. So I hope you guys took some amazing notes, took some things away that's going to help you for the rest of your life, right? Because this is not a quick fix. This is a lifestyle shift that's going to give you transformational results. It really will. You stick to it. It really will. It really will. I am Coach LaShawn of E3 Fit and Wellness. I'm super grateful and honored to be here pouring into you. And I really hope that you all got something from it. Put it in the chat, what you got, what you're taking away. What are you challenged with? We can help you with that. We can really help you shift your mindset, get down to some root of some things, because some of us are trying to rise and we're not rooted. We're not rooted because we don't know what we want or what we need. We can help you with that. Write it down. Write your plan down. Write your plan down. I do have a 5-day challenge coming up May 4th through the 8th. It's going to be dealing with your habits, how to break down bad habits and build up healthy habits, right? Because our medical, clinical, our health system, even though it's fortifying our wellness, but it only deals with us when we're sick. Why not create a preventative plan for yourself? Why not? You can do it. We can do it. Come on now. That's what it's about. Preventative. We don't want to get there and try to figure it out. We want a plan that's going to prevent us from going down that road. And that's what this talk was about. Enhancing your immune system. And that's what we're going to be talking about May 4th through the 8th for 5 days, 6:30 p.m. Me and you, we're going to be talking about some things. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to stretch you because I'm being stretched and I'm being challenged. And we're going to do it as a community. I so appreciate you all's time on this evening. I hope I had said something that was going to benefit you and get you to actionize your plan. All right, this is LaShawn Dorsey. You guys have an amazing, amazing evening. I'll see you soon.